The song says, I will come to you in the silence. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. I bring you good tidings on a Saturday afternoon in a very quiet sanctuary, where this morning has been a wealth of activity and a little beehive of musicians. I don't know if you know it, but we have amazing music within our midst. The gift and talent that is here and that is offered is something that we cannot and must not overlook or take for granted. And so you can find most Saturday mornings here musicians in this space practicing for worship that will become alive on Sunday morning. And so this morning we had a set of handbell ringers. They've been practicing on Wednesday nights and Saturday mornings, and they are doing some interesting, wild, fun, challenging songs. They will offer our prelude tomorrow. You know, we have amazing gifts and talents, and the music that is offered here on any given Sunday is not just because they've offered a gift and a talent, but it's also because they've spent hours practicing those gifts, those talents that have been given to them. And so I want you to know and to not take for granted that when we have music in this space, that they have come and practiced. And so I would hope that you would offer them your blessings and your gratitude. We are in the midst of a worship series about how we understand ourselves to offer abundant life to all. The Jewish term is l'chaim, to life. How do we make sure that not just me, not just you, but all of humanity lives into the deepest form of life possible? We began with a Sunday called We Will Plant the Seeds of Hope. And we received our stars that guide us, wandering into the hope of this new year, and where and how those stars will definitely lead. And then we had a few Sundays of winter, and well, we just kept meditating on this understanding of we will walk together. And this last Sunday is an understanding of when we walk together, it is glorious and it is challenging all at the same time. I had someone this week ask me a question about women's sports versus men's sports. And they wanted just an easy final answer. It's like, you can't just point the finger at one thing and say that we have an answer to that. And when we walk together, men and women, black and white and brown, all different cultures and ethnicities and sexualities and economics, well, it's complicated. And so I hope that you are finding ways to know life and to offer life abundant across literally the spectrum of God's rainbow of love and life and light. And may we attempt to understand that the spectrum of light is broad and vast and deep. And so in this week, a few announcements to make sure that you hear. Hope as a Muscle is just going along every other Tuesday, and the conversations that are happening, often led by Renee and Terry and you who show up, well, they're rich, and they truly are allowing our hope muscles to get a little bit of activity and to know what it means to practice hope. On Wednesday nights, I've been meeting with a group. Most of them are from Eastern Tennessee, but we also have a few of you that found it on Facebook. And we're talking about these stories of our very lives and understanding the theology of them, and how when we discuss some of those stories, will they allow healing to occur within our own being so that we know abundant life. We're also still welcoming the food hub here. Instead of coming in the middle of the day, they now deliver food here from 4 to 6. If you didn't see in the email or read about it or hear about it, know that in our pledges and in our giving to pay down our mortgage that we've surpassed $100,000 in that regard, which just blows my mind, and you are to be commended for that. And as I sit in this sanctuary that is dark, that is quiet, know that when you show up and when you pray and when you send in your offerings, when you send in your emails and you connect with something, someone, all of us, something bigger happens. The Spirit is there. And as we continue to move into 2022, into the depth of winter, into the depth of February, and specifically with Valentine's Day right across the horizon, I hope that you are looking for ways to find a love for this abundant life that is offered for you and for our creation each and every day. And I know sometimes in the dead of winter, it can be sometimes a little bit more daunting to see or to find because it's cold and the plants are dead. But know this, that the days are getting longer and the sun is coming up earlier and staying out a bit longer, and that very light, the spectrum of hope and grace and mercy that has been offered to us in the lengthening of the days, in the light that is being offered, well, may it dive right into your very being, illuminating for you a hope and a love and a grace that you need to see and receive this day. Peace and blessings be with you. See you next week.